Welcome back, everyone. Here today to talk about one of the most terrifying horror movies ever made, Voices Through the Static. This movie is like no other. I have never seen anything like it. And I'm pretty sure you haven't either. Because this movie is not even on IMDb, and if you go searching for it on Google, you will find nothing but a few random websites that have it for sale. But how do we know that this is a real movie? Well, because I actually have a copy of it here in my hands right now. It came in the mail. Look at this. Look at this crazy thing. This was way more expensive than a normal movie. It cost me $100 Canadian for this thing, and it comes with 2 discs. One of them has the movie on it, and the other one just has bonus features. Let's take a look at the back of the box here. It says, "Beware the radio that brings death." I didn't quite understand what that meant when I bought this movie, but now I get it. On the front here, it says, "Do you believe in ghosts?" And then inside there's a little message here that says, "Be careful what you listen to." So let's open up the box and take a look at this thing. Wow, okay. So first of all, we can see here that the director, producer, writer, editor, and cinematographer is someone by the name of Michael Manasseri. And he also stars in it as well. He is the main character in the movie. And I tried looking this guy up online to find out more about him because he literally produced, directed, wrote, edited, did everything for this film. And he only has one credit to his name, which is this movie. And the fact that he put so much work into this, it really shows. And it looks like he released this movie in 2017, but he started working on it all the way back in 2013, so he spent for years on this project. I don't know if he's still alive. I don't know if he's still making movies. I hope he is. I hope he makes something else because this thing is incredible. Now taking a look at the back here, we can see that the executive producers are J.R. Bookwalter and Jeff Broad, and they also have a production company called Phoenix Forgotten. And apparently their mission statement is to reimagine found footage horror. This movie definitely fits into that mission statement. And if we take a look at the inside of the box here, we can see that the movie is dedicated to Peter McCullough. And it says, dedicated to the memory of an amazing man who lived life on his own terms, so I guess Peter passed away before this movie was finished. Maybe he was part of the project and then he died. I don't know. Anyways, let's take a look at the discs here. We got the disc here. It looks pretty normal. Same with this one. Oh, and it says, keep away from water. Interesting. That doesn't bode well for the quality of the movie. Keep away from water. Also, these were recorded in high def, so that's pretty cool. Anyways, let's take a look at the bonus features here. So there's behind the scenes footage, there's deleted scenes, there's a blooper reel, and there's audio commentary. So we might as well watch the movie now. So this movie starts off very similarly to another horror movie called The Last Broadcast. In this movie, there's a group of friends that decide to make a movie using a paranormal investigation as the plot of the movie. And in the beginning of the movie, we see them setting up their equipment, talking about their plan, etc. Anyways, one of the characters in the movie decides to tune into a dead frequency on the radio, and soon static starts pouring out of the radio, and people start getting scared. Then one of the characters talks about how they need to record some EVPs, which stands for electronic voice phenomena. And basically, this refers to the recording of ghosts. They want to try to communicate with ghosts using the radio. They drive out to an abandoned house, which we soon learn was built over top of an old burial ground. And the plan is to spend the night in this house and investigate any paranormal activity. Throughout the night, they hear footsteps, chains dragging, doors opening, whispering voices. And every time something happens, the static gets louder on the radio. And whenever the static gets louder, whatever they're trying to record gets clearer. And then one of the characters finds an old journal belonging to the original owner of the house. And in this journal, it talks about strange occurrences happening in the house. Also, we learn that this guy had 3 daughters, and that one of the daughters was burned alive in a fire. And later in the movie, we find out that the radio was possessed by the burnt daughter. And as the movie goes on, the static gets louder and louder, and she becomes stronger and stronger. And eventually, she's strong enough to possess one of the characters in the movie. The way that she possesses this character is by making him hold the radio antenna. Remember that earlier in the movie, the character was holding the radio antenna, and it said to keep away from water. Well, earlier in the movie, he accidentally dropped the antenna into a puddle and it shocked him. So he decided to cut the antenna so that it wouldn't shock him anymore. But doing this caused the antenna to become energized somehow, and it acted as a signal booster, which allowed the radio to gain more power. And because of this, the girl was able to climb into the character's body and control him. So now she's possessing this guy, and she's talking through his body, speaking to everyone else. She tells them to kill the person that she is possessing so that she can move on to another body. But they don't want to do that, so they run outside and try to throw the antenna away. But as they're running outside, she takes control of the camera, and the camera starts freaking out. She then moves on to the next closest body, which belongs to one of the female characters. And she tries to move on to her, but she fights back against the possession and refuses to let it happen. Meanwhile, the guy whose body the ghost left runs back into the house to grab the radio antenna. And he grabs the antenna and throws it back into the fireplace where it initially came from. And this causes the radio to start beeping and freaking out. And the ghost realizes that she's losing power. She then runs out of the house and into the forest nearby. Then the character follows her into the forest and she eventually stops and looks back at him. And the last thing that he sees before the screen goes black is her face covered in burn scars. And we hear the radio becoming extremely loud and distorted as she drags him into the bushes and presumably kills him. As the movie ends, we then see some behind-the-scenes footage and stuff like that. So yeah, that was a super quick summary of the plot of this movie. I highly suggest that you check it out if you haven't already. This is easily one of the most terrifying horror movies ever made. The reason why this movie is so terrifying is because it feels real. The camera work is incredible, the audio sounds great. The story is interesting, and the acting is superb. All of the actors in this movie did such a great job. You would never be able to tell that this was low budget. It feels like a big budget movie. You can tell that a lot of work, time, effort, and love went into this project. And that really shows, and because of all of this, it feels real. The whole movie keeps you on the edge of your seat. It's non-stop action, there's barely any downtime. And whenever there is downtime, you still feel uneasy and scared. It's funny because the day after I ordered this movie, I was watching some videos about it online, and then I heard some clips of the movie. And immediately I knew that I had to buy it. I had to see the movie for myself. I knew it was gonna be good, but I didn't know that it was gonna be this good. I'm definitely gonna be buying more of their movies. I love found footage horror movies. They're my favorite type of movie, and this one definitely lives up to the genre. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like. It helps me out a lot. Anyways, stay safe because some things are better left unknown. There are some things that man was never supposed to discover. Some secrets are best left buried in the past where they belong. And until next time, remember John shot first.